Hello guys, it's non-specific commentary guy. Today we're talking about the bench press situation. If you don't flat bench, you're a poopy farty.
Let's be honest guys, the most impressive lift is the flat bench. When I first started lifting and I watched all those tutorials, I was pretty inspired seeing bodybuilders bench 3 plates very easily. However, the claim that you must do certain lifts like that,
Stop the cap!
and it took me 3 years to find out, especially because everyone seems to think that all people should be doing the same exercises. People say it is about a lot of movements, but I think bench is the main offender. So in this video, we will talk about how fitness people make it seem like everyone's the same. Are tutorials bad? No, especially when you are a beginner. Tutorials can be very good to learn form and tricks. I remember watching all the most viewed bench and squat tutorials, especially the deadlift ones, since, you know, you don't wanna end up in one of these videos. And to be fair, they did help me a lot, but what helped me the most was understanding what worked for me specifically, and most tutorials don't really tell you that. Now, I'm not saying it's their fault, because most of them tell you how to do the exercise correctly. The problem is when they tell you that a certain exercise is obligatory. The reality is that muscles aren't very picky in what makes them grow. You can get a good back pump with pull-ups or the lat machine, with bent over or T-bar rows. Sure, some lifts are slightly more effective and target different areas of the same muscle group. But you shouldn't necessarily base your planning around what someone else defines as optimal, even if they are right. Let me give you an example from my experience. When we first start lifting, how many of us actually know their stuff? My gym gave me this training here, but I saw a tier list where it says this exercise is B tier, so let me make my own training. 4 sets of flat bench, 4 sets of incline, 4 sets of cable fly, 4 sets of... So I ended up training 2+ hours per day, doing exercises which gave me 0 gains. Now, instead, I don't even do flat bench anymore. When I did it in the past, I always had bad form, no matter how hard I tried. Progress was very hard, and it overall felt very bad. So I just replaced it with incline. I lift more weight, I feel more tension in the pecs, I get a good pump, and I never get injured. I think the most important thing is how your bones feel actually. Everyone is built different. One bone in your shoulder, placed just slightly more to the left compared to someone else, will change which lifts are better for you. I think. I'm not an expert, but you get what I'm saying. Now that I stopped all kinds of flat benching, I don't have any more of that weird pain in my right shoulder, and I actually lift more each session. Some other things to consider are how easily can you set up the exercise. Man, you know I love T-bar rows, but it kind of takes a while to set those plates up. If you go to the gym late after work or school and you're tired, I think it's better to just do something more simple, even if you don't track it consistently, or it isn't the best science trust me bro exercise out there. It will still save you time, which in my case is good, because if I stay too much in the gym, I start going insane. If this isn't the case for you, then do whatever exercise you like more. But don't feel obligated to always do the same exercise.
Toyota.
Maybe you expect me to say, if you do this exercise because you lift more instead of this other exercise, then you are egotistical. Change immediately. Peasant. But I actually think doing a lift just cause can be useful sometimes. For example, let's say you can move a lot more weight in barbell curls, okay, but you can feel more stretch and get a better pump with the cable curls. However, you don't want to abandon your favorite lift because you like how much you lift, then I suggest mixing the two. Maybe do 2 sets of barbell, then when you can't lift as heavy, do the last 2 at the cables. That way you can still have fun and try something that feels more optimal. And also, let's be honest, it's not like classic don't build muscle. If an exercise gives you a great stretch, a pump and soreness the day after, then it's most certainly a great exercise. I think the pump and soreness are kind of overlooked. If you do an exercise enough times, these two will diminish, yes. They're not the best indicator of growth, but that doesn't mean they don't indicate growth. If you feel a pump in the area you want to target, then that means the exercise isolates it very well. If you did military press and you got a better pump for your triceps than your delts, then that should be a sign to change something. You feel me? The same goes for soreness. I know it appears mostly when you do a new exercise, but if the soreness is located in the muscles you try to work, then that's also a good sign, no? How much mental and physical fatigue does a certain movement give you? If a lift gives you a good feel, but you end up too fatigued after it to the point where sometimes you even dread going to the gym that day, maybe you should change it. What, you're not a hustler? You don't like doing hard stuff? You don't have discipline?
No, there's no change in the plan. Bye.
Many of us have heard, you should focus on bench, squat, deadlift and overhead press. This saying has been criticized a lot lately. But is this really bad advice? Yes and no. It's bad advice when people take it literally and think you must do these specific lifts, otherwise you will gain zero muscle per year in the gym. Especially when you realize that the deadlift is mainly a strength and power movement that works mainly in programs for sports. Oh, and also the overhead press will not work your side delts too much. But it's good advice when it means you should base your training around some main compound lifts, since that gives you many advantages. Let me give you an example. Do bench if you can, but choose the right variation for you. Same with squat. There are many variations. And yes, the leg press is a very good
alternative.
Nothing's like squats. I mean, it's like nothing compares to squats. You can do leg presses, but why? Why do an inferior movement? Why do a movement that looks good, but it produces hardly any results?
If you enjoy leg press more than squat, and you can be more consistent with it, then do it. It's a great exercise. Okay guys, I am too lazy to make a proper outro, so this is the outro. I hope you liked the video. Please comment, like and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, dislike and unsubscribe. Thank you and bye.